Hi everyone, my name is Peter McCoy. I'm a software engineer at Southern Technology Group. We've been a Laserfiche partner since 1998, based here in Huntsville, Alabama. This is the first video in a multi-part series we're calling SecureAI, a practical guide to running AI on top of an on-premises Laserfiche environment. Let's get into it. The point of this series is simple. Your on-premises Laserfiche investment is not a dead end. The same environment that manages your documents today can run AI against them. Over the past year, we built a working AI layer for Laserfiche on-premises. It uses three things: a custom REST API that bridges Laserfiche's .NET SDK into something that N8N can call, AWS Bedrock as the AI engine, and N8N as the orchestration layer that ties it all together. If you want to build this yourself, great. If you'd rather have us build it for your environment, we're here for that too. Either way, by the end of this series, you'll understand what you're looking at. Before we go any further, let's be specific about the tools. Laserfiche is the ECM platform. It's where content lives and all the metadata associated with the content. N8N coordinates interaction between Laserfiche and AWS Bedrock. We chose N8N because it is self-hosted, critical for on-prem deployments, and because it's a visual workflow builder. These integrations are maintainable without a full-time developer. We wrote a .NET service that wraps Laserfiche's SDK and exposes it as a clean, RESTful interface. This is not the AI layer. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It's just plumbing. It makes Laserfiche accessible to tools that speak REST. AWS Bedrock is where the AI inference happens. N8N sends document text and a prompt to Bedrock, and Bedrock returns the result. Here's the security piece that matters. AWS does not use your prompts or your documents to train its models. It's not shared externally, and it's not retained after the call completes. That's the combination that makes this viable for organizations with real data governance requirements. The documents stay on premises in Laserfiche. The AI call goes to Bedrock with those specific privacy guarantees. Nothing ends up in a shared model. Here's what the full series covers. The first video, which you're watching now, gives you the stack overview and a live demonstration of our capabilities. Video 2 covers AWS Bedrock setup. Video 3 is automated field extraction. Video 4 is summarization. Video 5 covers multi-document classification. Video 6 is the chat interface. And video 7 is where the chat interface gets interesting. We add tool calling. Each video names the tools, shows the configuration, and explains the design decisions. Before we walk through each capability in detail, we want to show you all of them running. What you're about to see is not a staged demo with preloaded results. N8N is running locally. Laserfiche is running locally. The calls to Bedrock are live. When fields populate, that's the AI response being written to Laserfiche in real time. We're going to move through all 5 capabilities: field extraction, summarization, multi-document classification, document chat, and chat with workflow tools. Don't worry about absorbing the how right now. Videos 3 through 7 are for that. Right now, just watch what's possible. Let's look at how we can use AI to populate metadata on a Laserfiche document inside the Laserfiche web client. Inside this folder are several documents that have no template or metadata assigned to them. Let's take a look at an invoice. We built a simple custom HTML page that passes the entry ID to N8N so the document can be processed. N8N is now passing the document's text to the AI model for document classification and metadata population. Once we refresh the fields for this document, we can see that the invoice template is automatically populated with all the correct metadata for each field. Notice that the results also return an AI confidence and notes. These values can be used to determine if a human needs to focus on the extracted data further and where the AI might have had trouble classifying or filling out fields. Let's look at document summarization. I'm going to open the STG NDA template. For this, we've written another simple custom HTML page that passes the entry ID to N8N for document summarization. N8N passes the document text to AWS Bedrock for summarization, and we get a condensed version of the existing legal document covering the main points. This is great for large documents where you just need to get the idea of what is in them without reading through the whole thing. Let's look at multi-document classification and field population. We have the same folder with documents that have no template or field data assigned to them. For demonstration purposes, we will initiate the classification with a Laserfiche workflow business process. However, this can just as easily be done with an event-driven workflow that starts with a document creation event watching the incoming folder. At this point, Laserfiche Workflow is passing off each entry ID for every document in this folder to N8N. N8N is gathering the text for each document and passing that to AWS Bedrock for document classification and field data population. Let's take a quick look at the progress. Great, the first document is ready. The AI has properly classified this as an expense report and provided us with a confidence value as well as notes on the extraction process. For demonstration purposes, we are going to take a quick break so that the remainder of the documents can be processed. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh to see where we are. Great. All of the documents have been classified and all of the metadata has been associated with them. Notice that 2 of these have medium confidence associated with them. On this document, we can see that the AI didn't find an application ID, phone number, or email address. This is a good example of where a document could get routed to a human for further data collection. This can be easily accomplished with a native Laserfiche workflow, watching for a document change event on any document in this folder with the AI confidence field set to medium or low. If desired, high confidence documents could be routed to a human for review, or they could be simply routed straight to an archive folder. Let's look at interacting with Laserfiche documents through an AI chat interface. For this simple chat interface, we first need to log in with a Laserfiche user. We are now logged into the chat interface as AI user. This restricts the chat to only documents that AI user has access to. This preserves Laserfiche security and prevents users from seeing documents or metadata that aren't available to them. Let's start a chat with some documents. Show me all of the invoices in the data capture / incoming folder. We've trained the AI prompt to understand advanced Laserfiche search syntax, and right now, it's building that syntax, initiating the search, and returning the results. Here's the 3 invoices we previously indexed. We can look at extended information on any of the documents by clicking on the plus, or view the document in the Laserfiche web client. Our prompt now has context with all the information from this search, so I can ask the AI more information about these documents. Let's just add up all the invoice totals. Okay, the AI has gathered the value for each invoice and neatly totaled it for me. The great thing about this is that once the documents are in context, the AI can provide the user with insights into the collection of the documents from the search without the user having to page through each one. Let's take our chat interface a step further and look at how we can provide the AI with Laserfiche workflows that can take action on our documents. I'm going to start with a Laserfiche workflow that simply renames a document. The inputs are an entry ID and the new document name. The prompt can be set up to call this workflow directly. Let's do that. Rename the first invoice with the following naming convention. Vendor name dash invoice date. The first thing the AI is going to do is be sure it understands the action I'm asking it to perform. It found the vendor name and invoice date and plugged them into my naming convention. It is always going to ask before it proceeds with the step of taking the document action. I can choose to proceed, cancel, or take some other action. For now, this looks good. I'm going to proceed. The AI is now using the rename document workflow as a tool to accomplish the task I was given it. Great, the document has been renamed, and we are also given the workflow instance that was used to perform the action. Let's take a look at the document in the web client. Here's the newly renamed document with the naming convention we specified. The main takeaway is that most any workflow that can act on a document can be wired up as a tool that the AI can use to perform actions. We aren't limited to predefined actions. We can move, copy, email, or take more complex actions. That's the overview. We are looking forward to providing more in-depth information in the upcoming videos. If you want to follow the series, subscribe. Videos 2 through 7 will be released on a regular cadence. Bedrock setup first, then one capability at a time. If you have questions about something you saw in the demo, or about how this applies to your specific Laserfiche environment, put them in the comments. We read them. Your questions may shape what we cover in future videos. And if you'd rather skip the build it yourself path and have this running in your environment sooner, that's what we do. Contact us at our website, www.stgp.com. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in video 2.